Well, this is a first. We're doing a show on location, and we're all here. Well, where is here? Oh, yeah. Okay. Live. No, this is the L2C Media Network. Live. On location in Delaware, Ohio. This is Steve Sporty Balls. And here's your host, Steve the Baxman Baxley. By the way, I'm Harry von Stuttgart. You won't believe what he's wearing. Here's Steve. Hey, hi, how are you? What's going on? Yes, this is Steve Sporty Balls. We are on location. Um, we're not fooling you. This is Baymont Hotel here in Delaware, Ohio, where we're at, as we will knock off yet another part of my bucket list by going to Bucky's. Yes, we're going to Bucky's. We went to Pennsylvania. By we, I mean me and my cousin Deborah to visit one of her friends. It was a fun visit. Let's just put it that way. But right now, uh, um, we'll talk about that in a few moments. But right now, folks, let's bring you the real reason we're here. Of course, at this time period, it's time to do some sports. And here we go. Yes, we're here. We're here in a hotel room. Cheesy enough. Okay, let us. Well, okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is the NFL schedules. As you know, the schedules are announced or will be announced sometime either next this week or next week. Either way, you will get it here on this program when everybody else does, but we'll do it funnier. Okay, is okay. The NFL schedule. I don't know if we should air this, but hey, what the heck? Um, the AFC. Oh, here we go. Excuse me. Hi, Matt G. How you doing? The release date is all set, although there reportedly has been a leak. If you've been waiting patiently, wait no more, because Wednesday, May 15th at 8 p.m. on the NFL Network, on CBS Sports HQ, probably ESPN and some of the other sports things, or you can just watch us. We'll give you the whole kit and caboodle. 8 o'clock to 11 p.m. Eastern, because we're going to mold Steve's Sporty Balls into Steve's NFL schedule bonanza or schedule a palooza. We haven't thought of a title yet, along with our usual regular show. Right now, the reports are in the strength of schedule. The AFC North is going to be a tough one. Now, if the Cleveland Browns are going to make back to back playoff appearances for the first time in 35 years, it's not going to be easy. And that's because they'll be facing the NFL's most difficult strength of schedule in 2024. That's my cousin Deborah behind us. The Browns haven't made two consecutive playoff appearances since all the way back in 1989, which also happens to be the last time they won a division title. Thank you. Breaking news, she's going outside. For some reason, I have no idea. But
I need to get out of here for a bit.
okay, I'll be here. I'll be here if you need me. Okay. And even if you don't, I'll be here. I don't know. Browns, like I said, haven't made two consecutive playoff appearances since all the way back in 1989, which also happens to be the last time they won a division title. Their playoff appearance that year capped a streak of five straight postseason berths that ran from 85 through 89. The Browns be looking to end that drought in 2024. But based on this year's strength of schedule, it's not going to be easy. Cleveland has a strength of schedule of 0.547, which not only gives them the most difficult schedule for the upcoming season, but it makes them one of only two teams in the NFL, along with the Baltimore Ravens, that will have a strength of schedule above 0.535. Cleveland's rough schedule includes 12 games against teams that finished with a winning record last season, which is tied for the most in the NFL. The Browns' home schedule is especially brutal, with 5 of their 8 games coming against teams that made the playoffs last year: the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins, Dallas Cowboys. Not to mention that they also have a home game against the Cincinnati Bengals, which means 6 of Cleveland's 8 home games will come against teams that finished 2023 with a record of 500 or better. Now, the second most difficult schedule belongs to the Ravens, who will face a brutal road schedule this year with games against the Chiefs, Bengals, Browns, Steelers, Houston Texans, Cowboys, and Buccaneers, who all finished the 2023 season with a winning record. The Ravens will also play road games against the New York Giants and Jim Harbaugh's Los Angeles Chargers. And Taylor Swift, Greater Than Disney, SW and MCU and Doctor Who. The hotel have a free breakfast? Yes. It's the Baymont. It is from Wyndham we are in. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, the Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The Atlanta Falcons and New Orleans Saints ended up in a tie for easiest strength of schedule at 0.453. The Falcons and Saints are the only two teams facing a strength of schedule under 0.465. The Falcons will only play 6 playoff teams from 2023, and while the Saints will play 8, which makes New Orleans' schedule feel slightly tougher. Now, the good news for the Saints and or the Falcons, in each of the past 7 years, at least one team playing one of the two easiest schedules has finished with a winning record. Also, in 6 of the past 7 years, at least one team playing one of the two easiest schedules has made the playoffs. Although the Falcons and Saints have the least difficult strength of schedule, they won't have a huge advantage over the other two teams in their division because the Buccaneers and Carolina Panthers also have an easier strength of schedule. Carolina has the 4th easiest schedule, while Tampa Bay's 5th easiest. The addition of the 17th game has added some playing more difficult. 2002 to 2020, the schedule was inherently the same for everyone, whether they were playing a first place schedule or a last place schedule. Each team played 4 games against the team that finished in first place, 4 games against teams that finished in second, 4 games against teams that finished in third, and 4 games against teams that finished in last place. Now, with the addition of the 17th game, a first place team will now play 5 first place teams, which means you're rarely going to see a division winner with an easy schedule. Of the 8 teams playing a first place schedule in 2024, you're going to love this, kiddies. Yes, you are. You're going to love this. As I love to say, yes, sir. You're going to love this. Um, The Buccaneers have the easiest, which is notable because first place teams have done well in that situation since they'll switch to a 17-game schedule and record in each season. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars have record. The Buffalo Bills had the easiest first place schedule in 2021, and they finished with a record of 11-6. If you're scoring at home, that's an average of 10.7, rounded off, 11 wins per season. It wouldn't be surprising to see them improve by several games over their 2023 record of 5-12. Last year, A lot of critics wrote that the Texans would be the surprise team to watch out for based on strength of schedule. And boom, what do you think? We hit the nail on the head. The Bengals could also be another team to watch. The Browns, Ravens, and Steelers have the three toughest schedules in the NFL this year, but Cincinnati's schedule ranks just 16th overall with an SDS of 502.502. The Bengals have the advantage of playing three opponents: Patriots, Titans, and Panthers, that no other team in the AFC North will face. To put that in perspective, the Ravens' three opponents that no other AFC North team will face are the Bills, Texans, and Buccaneers. On paper, that's definitely more difficult than Cincinnati State. Or is that Slate? Yeah, Slate. The one thing about strength of schedule is that there's no perfect way to measure schedule difficulty before the season kicks off. Thanks to injuries and trades, rosters are changing all the time. Hmm. Where am I here? Rosters are changing all the time, and they will continue to change throughout the season. That being said, strength of schedule does give you a good idea of what your favorite team will be facing in the upcoming season. Now, here are the 2024 strength of schedule rankings for each team, combined 23 record of all 17 opponents, combined winning percentage. Now, as we said, the Browns 158 to 131. That's a point. That's about 55 percentage of a win. Ravens 155 134. That's a 54% winning percentage. Steelers in third with 154 135. Opponents combined 23 record. That is a 53% win percentage. The Packers and the Texans tied with a 152 137 combined record last 2023. They both got 53% winning percentage. The Bills, Giants, and Jaguars all had 149 and 140 with a 52% um, winning percentage. Jaguars had 51%. Raider tied in eighth place with the Raiders and the Patriots. The Lions are in the 11th spot, 147, 142, with 509, or just 50%, about 51%. Cowboys, they're tied in 12th with the Rams, both with 146, 143, and a 51% winning percentage. Jets and 49ers also are tied in 12th with the same deal, uh, 51% winning percentage. Bengals, Chiefs, Vikings, Commanders at 145 and 144, or 50%. You got the Broncos in 20th with 49 to about 50%, 143 to 146. Then you got the Colts and Eagles and Titans at 142 and 147, 49% winning percentage. You got the Cardinals, Dolphins, Seahawks at 141 and 148 last year, 49% winning percentage. Chargers, Buccaneers, all at 138 and 151 with a 48% winning percentage. At tie for 29th is the Panthers, or 47% winning average. The Saints and Falcons are tied at 31 with a 131 and 158 win-loss record from last year. A 45% winning average. Now, if you're curious about the scheduling formula, every team plays 17 games as follows: home and away against its three division opponents, that's 6 games. The four teams from another division within its conference on a rotating 3-year cycle, 4 games. The four teams from a division in the other conference on a rotating 4-year cycle, 4 games. Two intra-conference games based on the prior year's standings That's two games. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. I'm I'm getting something here. Oh Lord. Uh yeah, Deborah.
There's a hotel over my 40.
What?
Hotel.
Excuse me, folks. There we go. Okay. Um oh boy. Okay. Everything else kind of looks, exact. Let's see. Turner conference games based on a prior year standings, two games. These games match a first place team against the first place team in the two same conference divisions that the team is not scheduled to play that season. The second place, third place, and fourth place teams in a conference are matched in the same way each year. One interconference game based on the prior year standing on a rotating 4-year cycle, one game. These games are match a first place team from one division against a first place team in an opposite conference division that the team is not scheduled to play that season. The second place, third place, and fourth place teams in each division are matched in the same way each year. The home conference for this game will rotate each season. Now, finally, if you want to see everything, we got the list for you, and we'll give you that list tomorrow when we're back in studio. Um, oh boy, this is going to be. So join us tomorrow, and I hate to do this, but we're going to go with the scores, and then unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it a show because my cousin Deborah needs me to help her with the purchase of some food. So we're going to cut this short at 10:35. So bear with me here whilst I try to find the scores here. It's been a long, long day. Okay, let's get to the scores, and we're going to have to end the feed uh, from there. In the National Basketball Association, 5:13 left in the second period. In the second quarter, Oklahoma City leads Dallas 42-38. Final score: Boston beats Cleveland 120-95. They lead the best of seven series. The East second round, 1-0. Let's go to the Major League Baseball scoreboard. Top of the ninth inning, Seattle over Minnesota 8-6. Bottom of the ninth, New York Mets over St. Louis Cardinals 7-5. Top of the seventh, San Francisco, and just a moment. Okay, folks, I hate to do this. We're going to do part 2 of this in about 15 minutes. I'll be back. I gotta do a little running around. I gotta help my cuz. I'll be back. We'll pick up the show at the time of interruption. We'll be back in a moment.